While researching interesting stories for you, I often tumble down fascinating rabbit holes. Many times these discoveries are connected, as history frequently intertwines events and individuals in surprising ways. This video kicks off a three-part series. Each story can be viewed on its own, and they were fortunately discovered through these unexpected links. Mary Spencer stands as a significant, though often overlooked figure in Canadian photographic history. In this video, we will explore her life and her opportunities in the emerging field of photography in the late 19th and early 20th century Canada. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll never miss out on our captivating Canadian content. Mary Spencer was born on October 4th, 1857 in St. Catharines, Ontario. She was the third child born to Abraham and Margaret Spencer. Older siblings John and Elizabeth were born in England, while Mary and her younger sister Isabel, known as Belle, in St. Catharines. It appears that Abraham deserted his family in 1862 when Mary was around 4 years of age. Mary's early life saw her pursue a career in teaching. She attended the Lincoln County Model School for a teaching degree in 1877. Her first position as a teacher was at School Section No. 1, Port Severn, in 1878. The next year, Spencer enrolled in the Toronto Normal School, gaining a second-class teaching certificate in 1879. Mary took another teaching position after the family relocated to Port Colborne in 1880. Mary taught public school while her sister Belle worked as a tailoress. Mary and Belle lived with their mother Margaret and were the main wage earners for the family. The sisters owned land in Port Colborne, indicating that they were level-headed and invested their money sensibly. During her teaching career, Mary developed her skills as an artist and became known for her oil paintings. She was a devout Baptist and painted a large landscape mural in the local church. Sometime before 1895, Mary also became a skilled photographer, but it's not known where or with whom she studied. Some camera clubs did admit women as members in the 1890s, so perhaps she learned the art there. This early engagement with visual arts laid the groundwork for her future career choice. Spencer was something of a contradiction. She never married, was quiet and reserved, was a staunch Baptist. Yet she would choose to pursue an independent career in an era where pursuits for women outside of domesticity and matrimony were discouraged. In 1898, a significant shift occurred in Spencer's life when, at age 41, along with her mother Margaret and unmarried sister Belle, relocated from Port Colborne, Ontario, to Kamloops, British Columbia. It isn't known why they moved west, but Kamloops and the surrounding areas were growing quickly, and for two enterprising sisters, the city would have been ripe with business opportunities. The City of Kamloops Gazetteer and Directory for 1899-1900 stated, "A town on the main line of the Canadian Pacific Railway, 250 miles east of Vancouver, is called the Inland Capital. The name Kamloops is Aboriginal from Tecumloops, meaning meeting of the waters, the town being situated at the confluence of the North and South Thompson rivers. Its situation is beautiful, healthful, and its climate delightful. In no place in Canada is there a longer summer and consequently a shorter winter. Kamloops has a money order post office and savings bank, express telegraph and telephone offices, Bank of BC, 2 weekly newspapers, churches and public school, courthouse and jail, steam sawmill. A good system of waterworks supplies the town for fire and domestic purposes. Mary quickly set up a photography business and in 1902 built a new studio at 218 Victoria Street, closer to the business district. It had living accommodations on the second floor, and a greenhouse was attached to one side. The sign outside the studio reading Miss M. Spencer, photographic artist. Her studio became a prominent fixture in the burgeoning community, offering not only photographic services but also oil painting classes. She was for a time the only professional photographer in Kamloops, a position that would prove pivotal in her future fame. Spencer's work extended beyond formal portraits, street scenes, and those of daily life. She captured the essence of the region with its scenic landscapes. The scenic images were very popular, often reproduced as postcards, showing her skill as a photographer. This broad engagement with her community and its visual documentation showcased her adaptability and keen eye for composition. The pivotal moment in Mary Spencer's career and what secured her place in Canadian history came in May 1906 with the capture of the infamous train robber Bill Miner and his gang. Miner, often dubbed the Gentleman Bandit, had gained notoriety for his train robberies. Following Miner's latest attempt near Kamloops at Duck's Landing, now called Monty Creek, he and his accomplices, William Shorty Dunn and Louis Calhoun, absconded with a meager $15.50 and a bottle of liver pills, only to be quickly apprehended. As the only professional photographer in the area, Spencer was uniquely positioned to document the unfolding drama. The Vancouver Daily Province recognized the immense public interest in the case and quickly hired Spencer to cover the capture and the subsequent trial of Bill Miner and his gang. This commission thrust her into the realm of early photojournalism. The BC Provincial Police then hired Mary to take photos of the train robbers while they were being held in Kamloops awaiting trial. Her most famous images, the mugshots of Bill Miner, William Shorty Dunn, and Louis Calhoun, were taken just outside the Kamloops jail on May 16, 1906. Spencer's approach to photographing Miner and his gang against the jail wall was remarkably direct and unflinching. Miss M. Spencer, Kamloops, BC, is clearly stamped on the front of the prints. Spencer kept the negatives and tried to make extra money selling the mugshots to the Vancouver Daily Province, who had originally commissioned her. This upset the police force, which feared the publicity might compromise the trial, and the mugshot photos were quickly restricted for reproduction and sale, after other newspapers across the country began requesting the photos. Being one of the few professional female photographers in Canada, she was identified as a he by newspapers, presumably because the editors couldn't believe a woman would have a job like that. A wire from the Winnipeg Telegram states, "Please have photographer who made pictures of robbers rush us copies, as we will pay well. Wire answer. Please ask photographer what train he will express bandit pictures on." Mary was granted unprecedented access and allowed to photograph the gang during their initial questioning and even inside the courtroom. When finally released, a June 2nd edition of the Vancouver Daily Province, the photographs, particularly those of Miner, became instantly iconic, capturing the public imagination and solidifying the image of the Gentleman Bandit in Canadian folklore. If you watch the 1982 movie The Grey Fox, you will see a storyline which shows a romantic interest between Bill Miner and a lady photographer. Though the photographer was based on Mary Spencer, the love story is pure fiction. Shortly after the Bill Miner sensation, Spencer continued her photographic work and hired Roland Shute as an assistant. In the meantime, her sister Belle had been working as a tailoress, but in 1906 she struck out with her own business enterprise, opening Kamloops Greenhouse, selling trees, plants, flowers, and seeds. In 1907, the sisters purchased 5 acres in Summerland, BC, and planted an orchard of fruit trees. Mary was 49 and Belle 45. Mary continued working as a photographer in Kamloops until 1909, when she sold her studio and gifted a camera to assistant Roland Shute. The sisters moved to Summerland in 1911. Having been frugal with their money and the sale of both businesses, they would have had plenty of money to build a new home and to embark on the new venture as fruit orchardists. They built a large arts and crafts style home built partially from fieldstone. The home still stands today and is on the Summerland Heritage Register. Mary, for the most part, walked away from photography other than documenting friends, family, the house, and property. Besides tending their orchard, the sisters became involved with the local Baptist church and community. Mary took up a new hobby of painting china, with her work being influenced by the Art Deco movement. Mary Spencer died in September of 1938 of pneumonia. She was 81, and Belle Spencer passed 10 years later at age 86. Mary Spencer's legacy extends beyond her famous Bill Miner photograph. Her extensive body of work provides invaluable documentation of early 20th century British Columbia, capturing the lives of ordinary people, the development of communities, and the untamed beauty of the landscape. Mary was the first woman in Canada and possibly the British Empire to officially photograph individuals accused of a crime, making a significant milestone in photojournalism. Her story serves as an inspiring example of a woman who defied societal norms to establish a successful business and leave an indelible mark on Canadian history. For detailed information about Mary and to see more of her photographic work, check out the book A Steady Lens: The True Story of Pioneer Photographer Mary Spencer by Cheryl Foster. You won't want to miss the second video in this series, where we explore the train robbery at Duck's Landing by Bill Miner, William Shorty Dunn, and Louis Calhoun. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, there are a few things you can do to help support our channel. Give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and leave a comment. Please consider giving us a super thanks on YouTube or buy us a coffee so we can continue bringing you interesting Canadian content.